Hey there, and welcome to Week 8 of the Eblan Elixir League. We have a Moonveil Mixer matchup today between Boney, representing team Time Zones Are Us, and Tybalt, representing team We Wear Shorts in Winter. This is Game 3, so the winner of this one wins this week for their team. My name is Sheep Launcher. I am here in the booth with Engine Dave, and Dave, a Game 3, it's always exciting, and taking a look at the objectives and the hero, that Baron key is going to be hard required. It might come down to looking for one key item.
That is very well could. I'm saddened at the lack of giant objectives. Those are always fun to get.
But that Baron key could be hiding anywhere, so let's hope for a nice chain to send our runners down. Both Boney and Tybalt, very experienced runners. Their team's really relying on them to get that all-important second win for them today.
All right, we are coming in with team We Wear Shorts in Winter and Time Zones Are Us split 1-1 right now.
And are you understanding Tybalt's naming scheme here? It looks interesting.
Nope. Although food's name is making me hungry.
Yes. Yeah, I could definitely go for a Western bacon cheese right now, but yeah, our hero is Yang here. Yang, Dave, has seemed to pop up a couple more times than you might expect. What do you expect in a Yang hero?
Lots and lots of punching. So much punching. Maybe some kicking too. But honestly, gameplay perspective, in all seriousness, it really depends on your second character, because his offense at the start is not.
Right, he needs a little time to kind of build up into that, and we do want to thank our legend in chat, Possum Morpheus. Tybalt's naming scheme: Trek Mania players, past and present. So shouts out to them, a very nice and deserved tribute. Our restreamer today, Alisale, and our tracker, Scarcerer, do want to thank them as well. And it looks like we are going to get underway shortly. But yeah, I think plan number one for a young hero, kind of loot out, see if you can get some J items that can help supplement his lack of offense early on.
Yeah, I would be wanting to find vampires in his shop, because that will power you through the early game, get some levels on him so he can actually do real damage with his fists.
Yeah, even finding a cat claw early on isn't going to help all that much.
Cane can carry you.
Yes. And an early darkness crystal given to us by the Dark Amps. We are underway. We are glad to have you with us. And suddenly, there is a whole world open to our runners.
And I would expect to see both of them check that moon character, the gated moon shop.
Yeah, might want to.
Yeah, you can find coffees, you can find hourglasses, you could find a Bacchus up there.
Yeah. Now, my thinking is that a little bit of looting on the blue planet, at least to fund that trip to the moon, might be nice. But both going immediately to Mysidia to launch the whale.
You don't need to loot to fund the trip.
That's right. You just start off with 10 rune rings.
Yeah, we start with you could hawk like 7 of those rune rings. That's 70 large. That funds your trip.
Well, you do need money to get into space, apparently.
I thought that was the one place untouched by capitalism. Are you telling me Tim Curry lied to me? I will not stand for that.
Tim Curry can never lie to you. Except all the times he lied in Clue. And so we have a double whale sighting. And so Yang Kane is an interesting start here. Trying to get a nice weapon for Kane can also tank a little bit while Yang gets himself some HP, has some heavy armor that's available.
We do have the Dwarf Axe, so worst case scenario, Kane can swing that around.
And he is back row.
That curse string just sitting in Mysidia.
Yeah, and Tybalt's able to find it. We'll see if Boney
Also,
goes back.
Blizzard Spear.
Not bad at all. Seed being surprisingly generous early on, and a Moon character is a Moon Rosa.
Ooh.
This is shaping up into a nice little party.
Yeah. Yang Hero, Kane, Rosa. We got a curse string for Yang. Let's go.
Yeah, the true power couple doesn't need a whole lot to get online here. Boney gonna check out the shops there. Most challenging part of this shop, of course, is finding out the one Hummingway who actually sells things and doesn't just go hum.
The good news is, coffins. Those are nice.
Coffins.
The good news is it always starts in the same position. It's immediately below the right pillar.
Coffins and exits. Doesn't have a source of exit yet. Rosa does not learn exit until you complete the Tower of Zot.
Which is something our runners will want to do at some point this seed.
It is an objective.
Boney going to show us what's hanging out in cave value.
Yeah, not a bad play at all. It could be a boss that you can take care of. King Queen Eblan is an instant take, I think.
I would argue either blue armor is an instant take for those coffins. Especially for Tybalt with that curse string.
Yeah, it's going to be a matter of getting those turns off. But a nice chance for looting, a little higher tier here than on the blue planet. Getting some Dragoon armor.
That, however, is not an instant take.
It is not. That is Dark Elf. And Dark Elf, bad in its regular form, gets really, really dangerous in that spot in its dragon form. Will punch hard and fast.
With what we found so far, I do like this check because there are 4 bosses on the table you could just beat right now.
And you're thinking of the Baron Guards, the Kaipo Guards, and Dark Imps, as well as King Queen Eblan.
Well, we know what Dark Imps is.
That's right.
Is the other one.
Water Hag hits hard and fast there.
Dump your battle speed to 6. Put the curse string on Yang. You'll get 3 punches before it wipes your party. You'll get 3 swings before it wipes your party.
Yeah. Either way, Tybalt not interested and going to reset out, in fact, instead of keeping any of the treasure. Boney did make a stop in Mysidia, so it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. You know, the Darkness Crystal kind of funneled our runners toward the moon right away because of that character, because of that moon shop, because of the extra information you could get up there. But Boney heading to Watery Pass now. And I think got mute arrows and a mute dagger.
And now I think we're going to see more standard looting, get a little more power in this party.
Also, charm arrows as well. So any mages, watch out. Boney's gotcha.
Are we gearing up for a Baron? No, never mind. We're in Eblan Castle.
Yeah. Yep, a Baron or an Eblan Castle check finds the Staleman's skull right away.
I think I don't know what I saw Tybalt equip. If that's rune rings on everyone, we might see Tybalt take them out of her chest.
And so what about the rune rings makes them really good for Mad Ogres?
Well, I like taking half damage, don't you?
Sure do. Now, they still do punch, but yeah, half damage, certainly more doable, and it's gonna at least try the Black Cat Lamias.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Nope. That was a quick try.
Alchemy, the Lunar Shop had coffins and exits, which is why we're doing this.
And Boney wants another character to round out his party, going to Mount Hobbs to see who's up there. Now, it can't be Cecil or Fu, as it might have been on the moon.
Although, you know what helps with this party's survival if you're going to try to take the do a cheeky Mad Ogre check like this?
Back row.
Yeah, not starting in the front row.
Yeah, so everybody knows that Mad Ogre's punches like a way down when they have to punch farther.
Oh, maybe we could try kitting out these Mad Ogres with rocket fists.
Well, now everybody's in the back row. Kane still doesn't survive that first punch.
He doesn't have mage resist.
No. And Edward facing off against these Lunars up here on Mount Hobbs. Tybalt getting 2 of those ogres down.
And gonna get through.
Yeah, Rosa doing just enough to survive. 29 more HP than she needed. Nice little start to getting Rosa and Yang online.
Shirt.
Yeah. Very nice there.
I would just loot out the entire right tower. You know it's free. We saw the Stillness Skulls in the center and the Black Hat Lamias on the left.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that is what Tybalt is doing. He knows precisely where everything is at this point.
And Kane's jumps handle the D-Lunars easily on Boney's side. Boney getting his bard.
And did you see what Tybalt picked up in Eblan Castle?
Nope.
A Soma drop.
Wow, Kane, all the Kane gear in here.
Yes, Kane's gonna live the dream and have NP. But Boney collects his bard. We'll see how long Edward stays in the party without a spoon around to make him very dangerous. But another body, at least, is good for now.
Tybalt successful. I don't think either runner is sad to see that gone.
No, we are, but our runners are not. Dark Knight Cecil hanging out in the mist caves. A little confused. Keeps saying, "Who's that? Who's there?"
Yeah, you ever hear a knock on the door, a knock on something, and you just can't figure out what it is?
Yeah,
That's what Cecil's been up to for the past hours, days.
Yes,
it's maddening.
It's like when your cat starts staring at the wall. Like there's nothing there, but they know there's ghosts in the wall. That's what Dark Knight Cecil.
I believe the technical term for those is greebles.
And Boney into the Antlion Cave and finding D-Mist. Tybalt not interested in Edward. Staying around long enough to find that that's 2 lunar dragons. And he says Edward can continue his dance with the dragons for all I care. But Boney's through. We'll get a bonus round. And get the pan.
That's a good item.
Yeah. Might lead to a Fate of Fabul as well. And the stumble over chest in Antlion Cave had a rune ring. Just in case you don't have enough.
I don't know. I just saw 10,000 GP in there.
Yep.
So I don't know how. Was just taking the shape for a ring or something?
Yeah, but you have to go through an extra step. It's like getting change for Halloween. Like, oh, I can go out and buy candy. Thanks for adding another step to my process.
That's exactly what we wanted.
Nice use of the Gaia drum there by Tybalt to stave off the mist phase. A third Soma drop.
At this rate, Kane will be able to cast Meteor.
Oh, and a nice Thunderclaw and a Blizzard Spear. Gamsian really having the goods, including a Strength Ring.
Big Alley's got places to go. They just giving runners all the goods.
Yeah. Tybalt runs to Mist. He heard Mama calling, and Mama wants to give him another Dwarf Axe.
Mama's been saying, "Take this, avenge me." It was the tree.
And Baron guards in the waterfall. Boney taking a look, making sure, but the two guard sprites at that location made it the Baron guards there. If it were the Kaipo guards, 4 of them would have showed up there.
Exactly, Alchemy. We're gonna use this Dwarf Axe to chop down X-Death.
And then Tybalt taking that pan and immediately going toward Mount Ordeals.
This might be an attempt at a single diff Fabool.
Yeah, Ordeals has kind of been a popular fade option, but that's going to be something. That is Golbez.
Yeah, to reference some of our teams, as we're climbing up, we hear, "And what's the big Ordeals?"
Golbez standing in the way, so we know that the only way underground is not on Ordeals. It's possible that Ordeals might have a Magma Key or a hook or a way to get there, but Golbez can't block the only way. So, a way to get underground either has to be through Fabool or through the Baron Inn.
I'll be asking, how's magic in this place? You're dead. That's the simple answer. Golbez throws a spell, you hear. Golbez throws a spell, you hear. You die.
Hmm. Who is he to act so high and mighty up on the top of the mountain? And Kaipo guards guarding a Palom in Baron Inn. And Tybalt going to turn on encounters and try and get a couple more levels here, or try to set up for that.
This is set up. We're probably going to see Rosa get knocked down.
But did you see that 1300 that Rosa took? Convincing Tybalt he needs to come up with a plan here.
Now here's the problem with this setup. You still got to win. You still got to finish the fight.
Yeah, you can't run. The E can't run flag is on. So a J item, maybe that Gaia drum could have been useful here. Plague in the second spot in Baron Inn. The spot's very slow. And in fact, slow enough that Boney was able to get a Star Veil up. And this fight is free, just has to do 4,000 damage.
You can't wait this one out, Boney, because it's going to keep refreshing that count. You actually have to kill if you're doing this. Or knock your Yang down and res him, one of those two. Or knock your Kane down and res him, one of those two.
Yeah, if you reflect the count back on Plague, sometimes Plague goes all the way down.
Oh, that. dump the count. That's a good call, Boney. I like it.
Ooh.
Because that place can count itself out before the next cast happens. Should be about now. Well, it would have been now if we were out of the menu.
And does it. Nicely done. Good game knowledge demonstrated by Boney.
And great timing on that jump. Great time to jump to pull it off. Well done.
And the single dip Fabul Dream alive and well. That's a magma key.
Magma plus pan, I would gladly set up single dip Fabul.
Yep. Yep, Boney is also in the neighborhood. Aggert not that far away. And remember, I mean, there are a number of key items our participants need, and the chief among them really is the Baron key. So the more key item checks you can knock out more quickly, the rosier your outlook looks.
Golbez asks, why is no one laughing at my outdated Seinfeld references?
And Tybalt, the first runner to get an objective. And our runners have to do 6 of the 7 objectives. So we don't know yet if Golbez is strictly required, but it's a good objective to have marked off the list. A sparkle in the back spot. Back attack Wyvern.
If you weren't convinced this isn't your that's painful.
Ouch. That is shocking. I'm shocked.
If you weren't convinced this wasn't your intended underground access from the first fight, here's Wyvern.
Yeah. Now, Tybalt did pick up vampires from somewhere. And is gonna try and get through this, but now the nukes are coming out. And there are 3 bosses that cannot logically gate your way underground. There's Golbez, there's Wyvern. The third is Valvalis. Could Valvalis be in the changing room? Could we have the trifecta on our deals today?
I'm here for it. I don't think Tybalt's here for it, though.
No.
So we're currently reenacting the ending of Dragon Warrior 1. You fight the Dragon Lord, played by Golbez. Then you fight the Dragon Form, played by Wyvern. Unfortunately, I haven't thought this analogy through all the way and don't know what the third fight would be.
But yeah, Ordeal's really living up to its name. Definitely does not want to have Tella to have his spells early on. And Tybalt says, I know what the game's trying to tell me. I'm gonna die Fabul. Boney, meanwhile, the only blitz he's encountering is a blitz whip on the way down to the Fey March.
A much less painful blitz.
Boney wants to hang on to that samurai glove.
Would you like your other underground access?
Yes.
Hey, look, we can go underground now. See, it works that way too.
Definitely can get a character and 2 tier 5 items in that shop. Bacchus wines for sale in the Fey March. I bet the Fey March has a really good, like, independent wine scene. Seems like that kind of place.
I don't know, with Leviathan running things, is there a problem if your grapes just have too much water?
Yes. Yes, it can be overhydrated. Need Ashura there to provide the balance. That is a different king in the king spot. That is Odin, and Leviathan has shifted to the left.
Are we gonna Thunderstruck this? No, we're not. We don't have any Thor Rages.
Love to see a good Kanderstruck
Again, you
strategy.
kind of need the Thor rages to pull that off.
You do.
We're missing a key element to the plan.
And going to continue to loot it out. Oh, a ninja left this here many years ago.
Oh, so Tybalt now knows that Baron Inn has his intended underground access, given the that ordeal.
And Boney going to use his one siren right now, a proponent of the grind early, grind often mantra.
Yeah, we got a full party. We got Palamus get a slingshot off of this. That's going to be Quake on the kid immediately.
Yes. And Berserk on Rosa.
At 68k gets you really close to warp if you're planning on hitting Dwarf Castle.
But Boney gonna grab his 3 key item checks while he can. I mean, so assuming Palom stays up, that first fight in Dwarf Castle should be enough to get him to warp, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of making that assumption.
Yeah.
It also needs to not be something like Mom Bomb or... We've seen Dark Elf already.
Mm-hmm.
Mom Bomb elements, just something with split XP and you just don't get there. Yeah, Dolls, as Night 2 points out.
Yeah. Yeah, too many opportunities for split XP, and that, you know, even though he has levels now, he's still very squishy.
Did you see what it Sylphs gave out?
An Avenger.
That was an angry stick.
Yes. And Kane instantly becoming even more of an asset. Meanwhile, Tybalt is counting with Plague.
Did not get a Veil up immediately.
No, gonna have to win this damage race. And the Job Dwarf is a broadcast news analyst, here to report on all the doings in the politics in the underworld.
Isn't Dwarfland a monarchy? What kind of political reporting do you need?
Well, you know, even if there's a monarchy in place, there's still politics going on, so.
True. Yeah, I like that background. Lolly Ho Radio.
And Heron ropes and sorcerer ropes for sale in Tamra. And Tybalt taking a wipe on that Plague. We'll have to try Baron in again, but Tybalt having a rough go of it so far. And normally is a very level-headed player, but we'll see if this pushes him to take risks or puts him on tilt a little bit. And Boney really wants that Avenger, but needs to have both hands free.
Oh, we're going with the Rune Axe on. Tybalt using a more tried and true tactic to reset the play counter. Fire the Yang Cannon.
Yeah, that Kamikaze. Really nice, plus it does a bunch of damage to that Plague. So Plague should be at about 500 to 1,000 HP left. And it is Vanilla Dolls.
Exactly what we were talking about when it comes to not getting warped from Dwarf Castle.
So we'll see if if Boney is able to do it, if you're that desperate for warp, do you actually want to see the big doll? Real risky.
I wouldn't. I just as long as he survives both fights, even with dolls here, should be enough.
Tybalt is through, gets his magma key.
And Xenocat's saying, yeah, you might actually want the big doll here.
Well, Boney gonna take the safe way through, quake the dolls. You know, that's what happens when you don't put your toys away, is something comes along, and suddenly they're all gone.
Someone opens up a fissure in the crystal floor underneath them.
Mm-hmm. Bahamut in the second spot, virtually free. And there is Cecil.
How badly do you want this paladin, knowing what you have to go through to get him?
Well, we have not seen... that Avenger is real nice for Cecil, but we haven't seen a Holy Sword yet. But Boney, not going to take him on now. Knows he's at least going to be hanging out in the Tower of Wishes until he discovers what's on Ordeals, and then can make that calculus for himself.
Yeah, very true, Knight. The Angry Stick makes our deals much, much safer.
I was going to say, Cecil can't equip the Angry Stick, but his buddy Kane can.
Cecil can, just needs to be made all shiny first.
Mm. And so Tybalt going immediately to Dwarf Castle. See Sirens in the shop. Doesn't pick any up yet. Still looting out. And Palom does have warp.
At the very least, you couldn't take the Sesame if you'd want to. At the very least, you can't drop him you can't drop Palom yet.
Yeah. And that is very helpful. That is one half of Forge, an adamant rock.
And got a good bow. That'll help take care of the Wyvern.
Was that a bow, or was that a stack of arrows?
That was a stack of already arrows.
Okay. So, I really want to see what kind of necklace Luca was wearing that had 10 arty arrows on it.
Don't worry about it.
And so Boney more than likely going to head back up to Fabul. Take care of everything there.
Okay, we're going to turn the pan first.
Yeah. Yep, and this will be Boney's single trip into Fabul. The Fabul Tourist Authority not going to be especially happy with it, but Boney is going to make the most of his limited time here.
Right, it was a turtle there.
And so, we were saying Tybalt not playing badly, just has had a couple of setbacks due to, encountering that ordeals and then having some tough luck on that plague. When you're in a big game like this, a game 3, how do you proceed and not let that affect you, where you keep on playing your game and also balance like the sense that you might be behind?
It's tough. I could see runners after that situation taking some more risks. Like, I don't know, maybe trying to open some extra traps, try to spike something big out of them. We might see possibly take a few of those sirens, take an early moon dive.
Mm. And so the pan not amounting to everything. A nice tiara. That's very nice gear for Rosa. And a Luca key, which is useful if and only if there's a gauntlet. Tybalt not going to bother with the enemies down there, not going to take an early Odin. Leviathan in the queen spot, very not nice. Goes quickly.
There's an argument to take a swing at that Leviathan if you had spells on... You got spells on Palom already? Set up RA1, you... Like, if you had Bacchus Wine, I could see an argument for taking that Leviathan.
Mm-hmm. The Bacchus Wines were for sale right outside. And Boney knows he has a Cecil hanging out in the Tower of Wishes, says, "How bad could ordeals be? I've got a good party." And he's going to see just how bad ordeals is. Now, it does come in with a little better levels than Tybalt, so and does, I think more importantly, have a full party, so has more nuke targets for that Wyvern.
So you say more nuke targets for Wyvern. I'm seeing more snacks for Shadow.
Yeah. That's it, Boney. I think Boney still has the rune axe on Kane. Yes. Avenger Kane here would not be good. Tybalt gets his gains from Sheila, and we'll see where he wants to go next.
Boney was just so nice and brought 3 treats for Shadow.
But now it's mealtime. Tybalt, seeing that it is the Baron Guards taking a shower, and now is going to launch the hovercraft. Probably going to go along that hook route for that new character. And then while he's there, he can check out the Eblan shops. He can go see what's at Eblan Castle. He's already done the Mad Ogres, but there are still two other chests that have goodies he might like to have. I do hate it when Shadow plays with this food.
You tried telling a dragon not to play with its food. I'll stand way over here and watch the results.
Boney using the extra turns to get more folks up. Elixirs and Hourglass 2s for sale here in Eblan. Those Hourglass 2s very helpful, although we're rapidly running out of bosses that they will be useful for.
They might be useful for trap chests. Also, Gauntlet.
Yes. And Boney finding out that Wyvern likes party games. playing NFL Blitz.
Cade, however, not a huge fan of that game.
Nope. And Boney is through at the first time of asking. The character on the hook route, Rydia, and guarded by, I believe that was Octomam, not the Gauntlet.
That it was.
And so now we're actually going to get the answer to the question. Is Valvalis in the changing room? Do we get the trifecta? A good time to save.
At level 25, Yang Holy Change Room, probably not in danger of a lot of things.
But Young has to face it alone. Whatever it is. Gets the Sand Ruby as a reward. Neither runner has been to the Desert Jewel of Kaipo yet.
Oh, okay. I was just about to nominate Blue Dragonfire for being our honorary witch of the stream, but elements.
Yeah. 1/4 leg. Don't even get to see leg. All of the elements crumble to dust. A quarter of Val was there, but not entire Val. But for both of our runners, the hunt for the Baron Key continues.
That hunt may be suspended by the hunt for the Holy Sword.
Yeah, with Cecil showing up for Boney. Tybalt hasn't yet gone to Dwarf Castle, or hasn't yet gotten through Dwarf Castle. Boney now has a lot of places to go searching for that Holy Sword. He's got the Eblan Castle. Can go up the Tower of Zod and find Flame Dog. Has the 4 alert chests in the Tower of Babel. Can even go diving into Sylph Cave.
Yeah, you can set up RE1 Quake. Unfortunately, we've already done the Panbog. I don't see either runner going back into Sylph.
It would be a pain in the neck, and Boney says, hey, Mr. Paladin, how would you like to join the team?
Mr. Bard, get out.
The Bard's lost, Edward. Get over it. And so that does kind of eliminate one of the Thunderstruck strats. But I think, it's still open with Kane. And I think Boney is building up a well-rounded party that can defeat Odin the old-fashioned way. And Avenger Kane is going ham on these skulls.
So Kane's at the gym right now doing some skull crushers.
That Quake will take care of the rest of the skulls. And that Snailman. I always imagine Kane's attitude toward the twins as being like a little condescending. And there's a Holy Sword. But Boney wants more.
Yeah, we want a nice piece of armor to go with that Holy Sword, I think.
So
we don't have a power shirt in here.
Yeah. So while Boney is traipsing through Eblan Castle, Dave, we've been talking about the Thunderstruck strategy. So in addition to the Thor Rages, what do you need for a successful Thunderstruck?
You generally want Eddie at relative agility 1, which is where that curse ring comes into play. I'm not going to get into agility discussions right now because I don't feel like doing the math for it. You'll want your boss at RA2, whether it be through them just being that much slower at tossing a silk web or being fast at 2, naturally taking them down to 2. Then you pop out right after the second Zantetsuken.
Known as Odin in the original Final Fantasy II.
And I believe as soon as the next one comes out, which you ideally blink to avoid, you chuck a Thor Rage and listen to some sweet AC/DC.
So Tybalt taking that sand ruby, and it's raining, it's pouring, an old man is snoring, and Tybalt says, "Wake up."
Can we throw him in the Yang bed so he can go to bed and we bonk his head?
But then he can't get up, and Tybalt needs him to get up.
That's the problem.
So now Tybalt has a sage, and he has a darkness crystal.
We're not doing it.
But Tybalt did want Tella, I believe, for that warp.
Yeah, that was a warp caster.
Boney picks up the power and now taking on the Black Cat Lamia fight. And again, Quake coming in very, very handy. Ooh, Kane charmed, I'm sure. This could get dicey.
Kane's got to stay in practice when it comes to betrayal. You don't want to get rusty at it.
Yeah, it's not like riding a bike.
That's a big old suit of armor.
I didn't see what that was.
That was the armor.
That was so. The Black Cat Lamias were adamant that we have sufficient armor.
We have a Sussel with an Excalibur and adamant armor. And we have Bacchus Wine.
Yeah.
I believe the rest of the seed is now Angry Paladin do Angry Paladin things.
And Boney now has a huge advantage. Either twos and eye drops. Not interested. What is Boney looking for here? Only checking the item shops.
I know, as Alchemy saying, we have infinite Bacchus Wine with the Avenger. I don't like Avenger swapping, so I always have to remember to take the Avenger back off after every fight. And I like using Bacchus Wine because it's Dave proof.
Finds camping gear, finds silk webs.
By Dave proof there, I mean I have more than once left the Avenger on and gone into a DKC fight.
Yeah, that is no fun at all. You must not fight now. I'm trying!
I'll stop fighting if you just kill him first.
Ooh, Boney not only had to shell out money to pay for those cabins and silk webs, but also has to deal with other customers in the real world. Kaipo Lady being a real boss.
Oh, that's the real boss of doing any shopping.
No, you get out of my way. Boney not interested at all in Tella. And is going to go check out the shops in Eblan, it looks like.
Okay. Hear me out. New wacky flag. Holiday season. All item and weapon shops have an extra 5 NPCs milling around.
Yes. Yeah, call it Christmas Eve. Just pack the places full. And Tybalt took on Cecil and dropped Palom. Palom reaching the end of usefulness in Tybalt's eyes.
Yeah, with the Tela in party, you have a warp caster. You don't need the Palom for warp.
Yep, could always go back to the Tower of Wishes if Tela's not getting the job done, but Tybalt gets his stack of arrows. And look at this. Here's a keyless tower play.
Now, this is the kind of play I think you make when you're feeling behind.
Yeah, even though it works 100% of the time, don't check it. Even though it works all the time, it's still a long check. It still is inefficient. Might also be looking for that Holy Sword for Cecil. So has 4 trap chests to try and find one. Nice Elven Bow if he still has intentions on turning Rosa into an archer.
As Ravenquest pointed out, the top of the tower is there 100% of the time.
Yeah, it's always there. Whether or not it pays out is something different. But that's also 100% of the time.
Concussed Gamer with the Hourglass, the LSC chest grind possible? Yes, and sort of, but there's only 4 of the 9 chests that you can Hourglass. Both the Double Dragon chests are immune, and 3 Behemoths are immune.
The King Ryu's, Boney sirening these to get extra XP. I don't see how many sirens he has. I imagine enough to get him close to endgame levels already.
With an Angry Paladin and Rosa, endgame levels is like low to mid 40s.
Tybalt getting through 2 trap chests in the Tower of Babel. So far, only getting a silver apple and a defense sword. Defense sword is nice.
Not the stick we're looking for, though.
Nope. And so while we have a moment, do want to thank our restreamer Alicel, our tracker Scarcerer, who has been doing an excellent job with quite a bit of activity going on here, and not always in sync, although the beginning of the game was quite in sync. And thanks to Edgedave for providing the knowledge and not relying too heavily on the math, which it's illegal to do math on stream.
And a big thank you, shout to you as well, Sheep Launcher, for just hanging out here on this lovely Sunday afternoon.
Yes. Sunday afternoon on a holiday weekend, at least in our part of the world. Always great, and thanks to you for tuning in. Wherever you are, whenever you're tuning in. Hi, YouTube. But Tybalt going to advance to the top of the tower, finds a sparkle up there. We've seen Wyvern. That's a vanilla Dr. Luge.
No,
yeah.
That's not Sparkle.
Yeah. With that light sprite against the light tiles, I missaw. That is a vanilla Luge. And so there's a little comedy show at the top of the tower. Will we also get a vanilla tower key?
I'm noticing a theme here. We've put all our comedy routines at the top of locations.
Yes. We could call it the comedy climbs.
Haven't these guys ever heard they're supposed to be underground comedy clubs?
Well, once you get really famous, you can just do it wherever.
True. Is this where they're filming their Netflix specials or whatever it is?
Yeah, they're taking real risks with their direction. Just being in front of a brick wall is out.
Yeah, standing on top of a mountain or on a clearly not OSHA compliant tower.
Don't be fooled if we should chuckle like a sappy, happy dope. It's just the gas. But all hands on deck for doing damage to Dr. Luge. Finding a better bow for that Rosa. With lit arrows. Utilize the weakness.
Alchemy, we have not seen a good bow. All we've seen is a great bow.
I believe Tybalt picked up an elven bow on his way up. But that could have been Boney in another location.
Oh, and Keyless Tower pays out.
That is an objective. With the possibility to chain other objectives. 2 more characters. And so, Tybalt taking the chance, and it pays off. At least so far. Boney has 7 sirens left.
Yep. Boney is just carving up these dragons right now. I did see Rosa picked up life 2 over there, so...
Yeah, not that far away from getting white on her. Yeah. Yeah, ideally you'd like to see Rosa at 2,000 HP. Give you a really good chance to survive an unnerved Big Bang. But yeah, there is such a thing as overleveling. I don't believe in it. I don't think as long as you're not at level 99, you've overleveled. But in a race like this, there could be such a thing as doing too much grinding.
What about that delicious nuke?
Yeah, nuke on Palom, nice to have. But you know, with the amount of key items you need, you know you're going to be facing bosses. So there is something to be said about leaving the kid just short of nuke and then learning nuke from those bosses. Tybalt picks up his Excal.
And Tybalt's about to find the Cecil kit here.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be having some thoughts when he sees this one.
And then that'll put Boney and Tybalt basically level on gear and equipment. And Boney having a big levels advantage, Tybalt having the advantage with that Earth Crystal. And Tybalt insisting on Cecil having it.
Yeah, you got the guy with the stick. Put the multipliers on the guy with the stick.
Yes. And so does Tybalt chase that Earth Crystal now? Knows he made a big play.
It's an objective.
Yep.
One of the things we say in this community is do your objectives, so we're going to go straight there.
Not going to check out the treasury. His looting's done as he approaches the hour mark.
You think we say play it for the doggo? We do.
Yeah, always nice to pet a dog. And although you have an Excal, you don't have a crystal sword.
You could get a shinier stick. You could get a second suit of armor.
Yeah.
This could be anything. It could even be a samurai hat.
Even a Stardust Rod would be nice. Except he doesn't have Palom in his team. Never mind. How about another Avenger?
That's not as funny.
No, it is not.
Also, +1 to the vanilla counter. Whoever's keeping track now is the vanilla location for the doggo.
That's right. And Boney going to use all of those sirens. It looks like wants to be extra sure. Baigen here at the Mega Sisters. Now, Tybalt doesn't have the levels that Boney does. Boney will be able to go through this no problem once he gets there.
So with this grind going on, is Boney preparing to nuke the planet from orbit?
Yeah. Boney is preparing, I think, for like 5 Baigens in a row at the Masa altar.
We have nukes. We have white. This moon is not going to be long for the world.
No. And Boney warping out, leaving a Dark Elf behind here.
This might be the heal, or I would save after spending all the time grinding.
Yeah. Is going to tent up and save.
We've seen what happens when you spend 20+ minutes without saving and then have an unfortunate accident.
So Tybalt encountering a Sid and an Edge up at the top of the tower. Probably too late for Edge to make an appearance in this party.
Especially because we just chucked that ninja sword away.
Not even keeping the Fire Claw he came in with. But it's still going to depend on where this Baron Key is. And it's absolutely no issue with the tower. Baigen went down to an Avenger, Excal, Adamant, Cecil, pretty much single-handedly, and Water Hag is free no matter where.
And we see the power of that grind in action, putting Dark Elf in the microwave. Palom having weak to short the second half.
Yep, the dragon form week to week. And now on the shelf. And Boney decides he doesn't need a white shirt.
Yeah, no plain white tees today.
And going back to the moon shop, is he going to pick up more sirens? Or there were coffins up here, sorry. Coffins. And picks up exits. I believe Cecil has exit.
It is one of the 2 spells Cecil learns.
Yeah.
There's exit and then there's heal, or
right.
emergency situations.
Yeah. Like cure 2 if you're really desperate. Tybalt gets the spoon.
And I legitimately do not remember what the other 2 spells are on Cecil's list.
Yeah. Yeah, what are they?
Like sight maybe or something.
But
And the only
Boney,
spells on that list I actually cast are Exit and Heal.
right. And now Tybalt following Boney to the moon. Boney gonna head down into the bottom of the LST, you would think.
Xenocat with the knowledge in chat. Sight and Peep are the 2 spells that we were missing.
Right.
There's a reason I don't remember them.
and you know, embarrassing confession for me, I don't even know what the difference between sight and peep is.
Oh. Okay, so sight is when Cecil holds the crystal sword, looks through the center of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, can see in the long distances. Oh, wait, that's beyond sight. Never mind.
And Boney actually making the middle out play. Gonna go to the crystal sword altar first. All right, so sight is the spell that does what the eagle eye.
Yeah. Sight zooms out the map. Peep is scan.
Yes.
Being more serious about that answer.
Peep is what Tricker does to itself. So
I don't know. I would argue this antlion on the moon is pretty vanilla.
That is very vanilla. Antlion in its natural habitat, where it can deliver maximum pain. Although the counter is not so threatening here. In fact, the counter is a magic spell. The magic power here, very slight. Basically a joke. So it's missing most of the time. But Boney putting those levels to good use and dispatching Antlion with alacrity.
Yep, we got those big spells. We're gonna use those big spells. And that firepower is not here for show.
It's here to get a protect ring. Tybalt, I believe, kept the levels he got from the Dark Elf and the White Shirt.
So we know which one of these 2 runners is a fan of Hater Delilah, right?
Yes. But it looked like Boney had a huge advantage early on, but Tybalt has clawed his way back in, thanks in no small part to a keyless tower check. And so
keyless tower play was huge.
And now ahead on objectives and on gear, just behind on levels, really. And so here is a whole serving of leg, not the quarter portion we got on Mount Ordeals. Ruby could be a real pain here in the ribbon room, but Boney has nothing to worry about. Then we're going to check out the White Spear altar first. And find a Shura there. The less HP here should mean it's not an issue. Might take a little bit if he gets unlucky with a Cure 4, but
yeah, Rosa and Talib should both know walls, so
yeah.
Get a wall up and let Angry Cecil do Angry Cecil things.
Ruby is down on Boney's side.
And that's a nice stick for that edge we've left behind.
And Boney hasn't even encountered that edge. And the package, again, only useful if there's a gauntlet back there. But and it's so... it's way in the back of Boney's mind. Not even useful as a key item. Only gets him to 8.
Yeah, with the levels of this party, you're not swapping anyone out.
No, not even for Fu there.
No, Fu is just weaker than both the mages you've got.
Yep. Another Holy Sword that Ashura was hiding.
That second one perfectly useful by a ninja.
Sure. To utilize a boss as a pincushion. But Tybalt will head into the ribbon room.
Boney's got a rune axe he picked up somewhere, because that Asura is taking quad 9s.
Yeah. Yeah, Boney has had a rune axe for quite a while. And that Ashura crumbles away, gets his Holy Sword, and will likely be heading down into the deep. So, with the bosses we've seen, there's really nobody who's going to challenge Boney's party, I don't think. Not even a vanilla Ogopogo. Any bosses you can think of that might give him a challenge here?
DKC's out of the pool. Kanatsu's out.
Yep.
That will annoy, but not... like I said, annoy. Yeah, Scar's saying the colony here would be slow.
Yep, but that's no longer an option. This Pale Dim is slow. And this Pale Dim does slow. But, you know, this is one of those things you have fighters who are swinging hard. You're going to take those slow counters.
And Tybalt's side, we get the script from Ruby.
Ooh. Tybalt gets blessed by Ruby, gets good luck.
Yep. Life Coach Rubicon is returned.
And so we'll get his 9th key item. Tybalt has not done his special grind yet.
Wait.
He might do.
Is Tybalt at 9 or 10?
Oh, he should be at 10. He did get the Luca key from Dwarf Castle, didn't he? Oh, and that's required. That is a Twin Heart.
Yeah, that's the bottom of the moon. Bottom of the moon with some value.
Unless Tybalt, left Dwarf Castle without picking up the... Oh no, Luca Key wasn't a Dwarf Castle.
Yeah, it's Pan turn-in.
Pan, yeah. So yeah. He got that for sure.
We'll answer that question when we see how much XP this Paladin gives. If it's a 6-digit number, then yes, it was turned in.
And so one more check for Boney on the moon. We have seen a couple of times in this tournament people leaving behind the Murasame altar and going off to chase other things, but there's not really anything for Boney to chase, so really no reason not to do the Murasame altar here.
The only thing you've really gotten out of here that's valuable is the Twin Heart.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is an objective. Maybe if you were feeling behind, that might be something you immediately chase. So it's certainly a possibility for Tybalt. I don't know if Boney's in that space to do it, but there's only one more check on the moon, and it is the Mega Sisters.
Good news, we have a Rune Axe. Bad news for them, we have a Rune Axe.
Yes. Yeah,
122,000. Tybalt's at 10 key items.
Yep. So did get that Luca key. About to get his Twin Harp and get his 11th key item. And Tybalt walking out of here. Now you can't exit or warp out of here. So this doesn't necessarily tell us what he's thinking yet.
This is probably Crystal Sword next. I don't believe it's gone there.
He has not.
Boney with that Rune Axe just tears through the Magus Sisters and gets that.
Yeah. Arrows.
Just that. It's not even worth the dignifying.
Well, gonna hold on to him. Hold on to that EXP. Hold on to that battle setup, I suppose, and get a return to the blue planet. Now, Boney has the Twin Harp check. Boney has Keyless Tower. Boney has the Feymarch bosses.
Oh, you're not going to try to do this again, are you, Tybalt?
Oh! Tybalt's got memes. Even here in the tournament. Gonna try and get a second Adamant Armor from the Pink Puffs, and I guess got us down. Dave, I don't know about you. Tybalt doesn't control me. I say we keep going even if Tybalt gets an Adamant Armor here.
We might not have a choice in the matter. If Ali just decides we're done, we're done. Ali's the one in charge of the on-off switch.
I do like how when Pink Puffs get reduced to size, they grow arms and legs.
So you're saying there's a small person inside these puffs?
I mean, I don't think there's any other explanation.
Seems reasonable to me.
And Boney gonna head down and chase that Twin Harp first. It is an objective. Doesn't know that Keyless Tower also turns into an objective, but...
does the music continue? Yes, but... Sorry, you get one this tournament, Tybalt.
That item select screen, the scariest screen in all of Free Enterprise. But it's only in either two. We get to keep on going, and that's good because we're about to hit the best part of the stream where Dave and I stop talking. There are, what, 300 harp songs in the...
100 harp songs. Xenocat's been busy.
Yeah.
The drop was an Ether 2, which is notably not diamond armor.
Correct. And Xenocat has composed the bulk, or not composed, but arranged the bulk of these wonderful songs from other franchises and other games into songs that Eddie can just spread along to. So please do enjoy. Seeing a suggestion in chat that was Illusion of Gaia. I don't know it personally, but I'm willing to buy that. Either way, it wasn't all that much of it.
Yeah, that Mylon Z had a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mylon Z does not stand up too well to holiness. But that Rat Tail is an interesting continuation of this chain.
So is Twin Heart part required? Find out next time.
Go fetch. Got to remember where you park the hovercraft.
Also something I've not been guilty of multiple times.
Got to navigate the tricky shoals around the Adamant Grotto.
Well,
and
the bright side for Boney is this is going to push him to finding the Earth Crystal.
Yes. As we said before, the Keyful Tower play is correct 100% of the time. We don't know yet if it's correct in and of itself, but we know the top of the tower pays out. And it's still possible for the Tower Key to turn into the Legend Sword or something else. But we know the Baron Key, hard required, we still have not seen it. But Boney not going to mess around going immediately to the tower. Now, does he try to get cute and do the half tower play?
With how many games you still need, I don't think you can.
And really, after the tower, assuming he does the full tower, he'll have at least the Earth Crystal. But then he also has the 2 Fey March bosses there.
Those Fey March, well, the Leviathan's far less spooky with Adamant Armor. Those Ice 2s go from doing you're dead to 1 damage.
Yeah. Valvalis not hanging out in the changing room today, instead hanging out in the cannon room. Tybalt gonna find himself a Black Chocobo right outside of Baron. And Boney continuing up to the top of the tower.
The Boney is going to find his Earth Crystal. That's good.
That is good. And also the key item from Valvalis to be determined.
Though still unsure if this harp is hard required.
You're leaving us in suspense. delicious.
I hope it'll last.
Tybalt going to give us a very brief rendition of harp music as well. And once he does that, he'll be officially halfway. But that Balnap just melted.
I think there was a Thunderclaw involved in that.
Yeah.
Or Angry Paladin with a stick. One of those two.
Either way. Less talking. More dying.
And less talking from us for about 30 seconds. About 30 seconds it'll take for this Minon Z to melt.
Well, it took 2 swings from Tybalt. So
Okay, so 35 seconds.
so Boney has an advantage there. It took 2 two beefy guys with Avengers to take down that Mylon Z, and Tybalt did give us confirmation that it was a theme from Illusion of Gaia. And so now Tybalt basically is going to be prompted to follow the same chain and head back up the tower.
So maybe we finally get the answer. Was the harp card required? And yes, it is.
Yes. That is the Baron key. And Boney in control here. Tybalt won't be far behind, though.
Is that go mode?
Still need the Legend Sword or to find the Elk Gauntlet somewhere.
Yeah, we know where 5 are.
Yeah. And actually, I said Boney in control,
True.
but yeah, Boney still needs to go up the Tower of Zot. So this is actually really close.
Our runners are effectively neck and neck at this point.
Yeah.
We have a Zot play on Boney's side needs to be done. A Super Canyon Room check on Tybalt's side needs to be done.
And then both are going to head straight to Baron Castle. No reason to go anywhere else. Now, Boney will be deposited right outside, but Tybalt won't be too far away.
And as Xenocast pointing out, if the Legend Source and Gauntlet aren't in Baron, it's probably faster just to go to the Fey March and blow that up.
Yeah.
I believe that's the only check our runners will have left after Baron.
Yeah, they got to go to the Fey March. Yeah, all the other key items aren't gating any bosses or key items. So the Gauntlet could be behind Luca Key, could be behind the package, could be the Giant.
It could be at hook 1.
It could be at hook 1. Still too many places for the Gauntlet to be if you still are looking for an objective after Baron Castle, you have to go to the Fame Arch. You know the Legend Sword's going to be there.
And again, with the item armor, that Leviathan is free. And also, with these levels, Odin's big Odin attack, I don't believe can kill you.
Yeah, even at that spot, just too much HP on both sides. Boney has to get through this water hag, so Tybalt will waltz into Baron just a little bit before, it looks like.
This is great. Despite the wildly divergent paths we've had these runners take throughout the seed,
yes,
they're going to hit their Baron Castles within a minute of each other.
Yeah, this is incredible. Boney does have the level advantage, but Tybalt is pretty good, and there's not much in the basement that's going to trouble Tybalt either. So will the level advantage help Boney get through these fights a little bit quicker? Or get through the Zeromus fight a little bit faster?
Our runners have... Oh, Boney's going to have Nuke, which I'm not sure how much of an advantage that gives for Zeromus, if you're just going Tri-Zerks.
Well, to remind everybody what the stake is, the entire team wins, whichever runner wins. Tybalt representing We Wear Shorts in Winter. Boney representing Time Zones Are Us, both trying to make it to 3 and 5, and it's tied at 1-1.
All right, question for everyone here. Who else forgot that Dark Gifts gave its starting key item?
Yeah, it's been an hour and a half. Easy to forget. And whoever's on the throne won't be much of a challenge either. Even if it's something like Evil Wall that could have been a problem earlier on. Alt Gauntlet would be slow, but it's not an issue. And Tybalt going to go for the basement throne directly in the middle. Not, no reason not to.
Yeah, this makes sense. They're both objectives. You're doing them both anyway.
Yeah. And again, this spot is a strong spot, but nothing here that can really threaten you. This
Wyvern's gone, so you don't have to worry about Charmvern coming out.
Yeah. Ogopogo is nasty, but you've got the levels to deal with it.
And we see right here both runners in Baron Castle simultaneously.
So close. Blaze counter coming out. Boney gonna take the more traditional route.
And
Mom Bomb on the throne.
I don't think this throne's exploding today.
No. No, Mom Bomb annoying wherever she shows up because she gets a whole bunch of extra XP, but...
And there's your Legend Sword. We are not gauntlet hunting today.
No. And so Tybalt knows precisely what he needs to do.
Fu's like, I'm here, you guys still have room? No, you don't.
Nope. Nope, we have no use for mops. Where we're going, we don't even have floors.
Wow.
And the Dark Imps decided to stick around and help prevent the walls from closing in, so that's nice of them.
I'm not sure if that was willing. We may have turned one of them into a statue and used them.
Oh, and the pass. Just super nice, super convenient. And so Tybalt in the lead a little bit. Maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Something like that. There was a time when Tybalt was well behind in this seed, but has clawed back.
So, speaking of claws, or speaking of clawing things, what board are we getting?
Yeah. What does Young have? Young has the good claw and the other good claw, right?
Yeah, you got the good
God
claw,
hand.
you got the good claw, that claw, and then you got the stinky claw.
The God Hand, which I thought was a weapon for Tifa in Final Fantasy VII.
She stole it from Yang.
Probably.
Or hired you if you just steal it from Yang.
They both could be quite effective thieves. But Boney will have to walk this out.
It's an objective. The base itself is an objective. You're walking out wherever was down here.
Right, exactly.
It's the stinky claws.
Aw. But, in addition to that, claw does get a crystal. Which in some other flag sets, he'll just give you directly.
The reason why I was calling it Tiger Claw is that Tiger Claw is, I believe, 10 agility, 10 vitality.
Yeah, and you don't need any more agility on that Young, right?
Yeah, for your hero, all the Tiger Claw does is makes your anchor faster.
Yeah. And so Tybalt going directly to Zeromus. Now, I didn't see, and get a setup for it, I did not see what agility Young is right now.
Someone in chat said 27.
That's rough. You want 28. 28's kind of the magic number.
Yeah, but absent any way to manipulate it or any complicated way to do it, I'm fine with just going with these levels.
Yeah.
We are seeing these Z flags in chat.
Yep, Zeromus doesn't move. We can't move him. Can't hire the movers to move him anywhere else. So Zeromus stays right here, but we do give him a makeover, and there are over 600 randomized sprites. We're gonna see one of those sprites in just a moment. And so, to commemorate that, we do have to ask a question, Engine Dave.
That's right, and that question is, whose butt are we going to kick this afternoon?
Whose patootie will be given the booty?
Whose rump are we gonna crump?
Dump.
Dump too.
And so the crystal times provided by Apostymorpheus, about a minute and 15 seconds apart. So will Boney's extra levels make up for that minute and 15 seconds, basically? Because their movement since the crystal get has been roughly equal. That's what it comes down to. That's what this week comes down to. That's what this matchup between We Wear Shorts in Winter and Time Zones Are Us all comes down to.
Agent Scala. Scala to the race room.
Sephiroth. Ba, ba, ba. Sephiroth. Da, 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 da. Ooh, that Fu getting the counter nuke on Tybalt, a little unlucky there.
Sephiroth does not want a Western Burger, immediately nukes Carl's Jr.
Yeah. Has to use a Cure 4 on himself. And Tybalt swinging away. Big Bang is nerfed. Does Zerk up Yang?
Now, this could be a fairly straightforward Zerker fight. You just, let the boys be angry and keep them alive.
Yeah. And Boney setting up for hybrid strats here.
So with the hybrids, Boney is all but guaranteed to not see Big Bang number 2.
Let's get that Silk Web off. Would have preferred the nuke go off of Cecil, but Yang was like the best choice.
Yeah, nuking the giant wall of HP. You're not upset about it.
Yeah. And Tybalt keeping everybody topped off when that second Big Bang comes.
And we'll see if the Tri-Zerk is going to be faster than the hybrid.
It's super close.
I said the advantage here is that Boney will not see second Big Bang with the extra nukes and whites flying. Tybalt will probably see it, but has the HP to just shrug it off.
Yes. And here it comes.
Fu might drop here. Rosa should be fine. The Zerkers can't die to. Oh, gets wrecked by that.
Yeah. I don't know if Fu has any equipment at all. Just got picked up in Baron. Right into Rock's phase. Gonna hit somebody. Kane goes down.
But Cecil dodges it, still up and swinging. And that is a crack bang, and Sephiroth fades away on Tybalt's side.
Tybalt has done it. Tybalt takes it for We Wear Shorts in Winter with a time of 1:40.16. GG's to Tybalt, who had a really had a rough early game, but stuck with it and comes back and does it. And we are joined by Tybalt. GG's.
GG's.
Okay, Tybalt. First question I gotta ask: how greedy were you feeling trying to shut down Preen?
Feeling pretty greedy. I mean, I heard it music continue longer. And I'm like, oh no, did I do it? Did I do it? Oh. I mean, I did want some extra levels in the party, so pink puffs worked for a grind. Okay.
Well, I think the play of the day for me was that Keyless Tower play that got you the Earth Crystal really early on. What led you to the Keyless Tower?
So I was debating what I got from Dwarf Castle. I mean, I got the guy, so I'm like, okay, cool, I got the guy. I got 2 trap chests in Eblan, but where am I going to go after doing Eblan? Maybe I can do something beforehand. Oh, I've got an event I can do. I could do tower. Okay, I'll do tower. Maybe pick up something along the way and gear hitting the eyeballs. Get the Earth Crusher. I'm like, I know exactly what I'm doing now. I'm going directly to Eblan, then to Zop, because do your objectives. And just before I picked up the edge, I ditched his ninja sword, and I'm like, well, you're not even a thought in the party.
Yeah, you would have had some good gear for that edge. I think we saw the Amasa from the moon too.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I had a Moss at the time. I just noticed I ditched a ninja sword, and I'm like, nope.
Oh, the Masa came after.
Okay. But I'm just like, I got nothing for you. Goodbye. I'll keep the tele. For a week or, stone, something like that. So I thought about doing gold dragons. But then I'm like, nah. I gotta do pink puffs. You're lucky we found the pass, because I would have done another set of pink puffs had we not gotten the pass.
Well, I believe if you'd gotten the drop on the second set, it wouldn't have counted.
Yeah.
As far as I know, as long as you get the drop, it counts. Now, and the early game was kind of rough with the... Talk about ordeals.
Just a brutal ordeal.
That's where we were going next, I think.
Oh, God, that ordeal. Hey, here's that's cool. Here's back attack Wyvern.
So, we in the booth at chat were hoping for it. When you got through that Wyvern later, were you hoping to see Val in the changing room just to get the trifecta?
No, I'm like, let's just say it's going to be an alt gauntlet with the Sand Ruby and the Cecil. Let's just put it that way. Let's just make it super hard to get him. It was not, in fact... I mean, it was the Sand Ruby, just an old man in bed who I took because I wanted warp. But I mean, I think other than that, like, it was pretty straightforward. But I think definitely the play was, doing top of tower, because you had either the Fey March or the Moon, and the power I had for the Moon was not there yet.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting Moon as well. Now, when you get the objectives and you see that the Baron key is the race is basically going to be decided by whoever gets the Baron key first, does that change your strategy at all, or kind of how you approach the seed?
I mean, I knew Baron Key was going to be a pivotal item because it was 2 objectives. It's got 3 bosses, 2 key items. I knew it was going to be a huge key item. And as soon as I got it, I was going to go whenever I got it. I never got it. I'm like, I hope it's not in the Fey March, because that's going to be my last location, is that Fey March. There's no Demas down the table. I'll clear the Moon and go from there and just hope that Baron's not in Fey March, because that's the hill I died on. I would die on if it was at the Fey March.
Yeah, and I think the way you approached that, Boney kind of shared that as well, where he never checked the Fey March as well. It's a very calculated play.
I mean, let's see, you had Leviathan and Odin down. You have a Cane, you got a Curse String, and a couple illusions with a Silk Whip. You could do Canderstruck. I'm just not that good at it, so I wasn't even going to attempt it. But there's a path there that you can do Canderstruck, and either you get the pink tail or nothing. Like, I wasn't too worried about. I mean, I can't do Canderstruck. I wish I could, but I don't know if that's really something you want to do that early on.
Well, that was a really exciting match for you to end your regular season on. Talk about the tournament as a whole and how you think it ended for you.
I mean, I think it ended pretty good. I'm kind of annoyed with myself with some of my earlier races. Remember to always save. Saving is good. 20-minute time loss to not saving is not the greatest thing. I mean, other than that, I got a couple wins, which I can be happy about. I guess I did a little bit better than last tournament, but I did enjoy the flag sets. Potion Party more than Moonveil, but definitely gotta have some Z fights in there. Hopefully waiting for the next tournament. Maybe I can sneak out in a bracket stage at that point.
And it is nice to get the final win for your team. What did you think of your team's performance in this tournament?
Team did pretty good. I mean, we had our ups and downs, but I mean, I did like the whole team aspect because, you can, if you don't feel good yourself, you can kind of hope that your teammate helps you out a little bit, or you can feel better about yourself saying, hey, I helped out my teammate. Yeah. So, I mean, I did like the aspect of the teams, and I hope we can do it again in the future.
Well, and Jadave, any last questions for our winner today, Tybalt?
No, I think I covered everything I wanted to.
All right.
Well, GG's Tybalt, a really fun, rollicking way to end the regular season. So thank you for that. Congratulations on your victory today, and we'll see you down the road.
Yeah, GG's, and have a good one. Bye.
And while Tybalt was in here, Boney did finish at a time of 1:40.43, and we are joined by Boney.
Hello.
So first thing I want to mention, Boney, a great job on that plate fight timing the jump.
Thank you. Yeah. that was a nice one. Just that one lined up. I knew it was going to be slow, so I knew I had the time. That one just went swimmingly. I was very happy with a lot of the fights in general, but that one was a good early highlight to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, you did make the calculations to get the equipment that was necessary for basically for your team to kind of wreck shop. That Adamant Avenger X-Cal Cecil that you ended up with really did a lot of work for you.
Yeah, the moment I mean, there in the back of my mind, usually I fade ordeals until I see a reason to go ordeals, and I have been somewhat fading Eblan throughout my practice, but the moment I saw this, I'm like, you know what? Let's just hunt for a Crystal Sword or an X-Cal and hope for the best. And then Eblan really paid off. So from that point on, I knew I wasn't too worried about power too much. But yeah, just carrying the way forward alongside Palom doing some magic here and there.
And I guess one-shotting the boss in Cave Magnus is the second best thing to just completely fading Cave Magnus overall.
Yeah. Yeah, that music didn't stay for long. I was like, yeah, you're not going to be able to listen to this for a while. This is going to be over real fast.
And so basically want to talk about the moon play. You still had some checks on the blue planet to go, but when you decided it was time to grind and basically destroy the moon, what was your thought process behind that?
So the moment I saw the sirens, I knew King Ryu was going to be my grind, and I just wanted to make sure to get everything lined up and not feel like I had left too much behind for me to go to the moon. Keyless Tower and Fey March just felt like too much of a detour. So the moment I turned in the pan, I turned it in at Sheila, made sure everything that was small was done. I was like, let's just go to the moon. Let's make sure I get my levels and just full clear. I was during the grind as well, debating like, okay, do I keep going? Just one more. Feeling like I should probably get that nuke. But as I was doing it as well, I felt like it wasn't smart for me to keep going. I need to stop. I know it's nice to have this nuke. I know these fights will go a lot faster, but at the same time, they're going to give me a lot of XP as well. So some debating was happening in there, but I was already committed. And I mean, one of the things that I do feel like when you play free enterprises, if you commit to a path, just make sure you stick to it. Last thing you want is to jump back and forth. I'm sure that could pay off from time to time, but it's not really a plan. And despite everything being random, I still feel you need to have some sort of plan. But still, I mean, I think I should have done just one siren fewer. Just looking at the times, right? That would have maybe been a tie, if not eking out a win per se, because the C fight went swimmingly.
Yeah, it sure did. The Z fight for you went more quickly than Tybalt's did, because you completely skipped out on the second Big Bang and on Meteor Phase.
Yeah, especially with the power in there, knowing the Cecil was going to put out these 7-8Ks. Nukes were already hitting high, so that was going to be fine. So in that sense, not worried. The main thing I always worry about when going into Z is making sure I hit with the Silk Web. But the moment I hit, then I knew, we just had to go and hope there's not a dot done.
Well, overall in this tournament, you've had a few bright spots. It didn't end up your way for time zones or us, but talk about the how you felt the tournament overall and how you felt your team did.
Overall, I very much enjoyed the team aspect of it all. Just having a group of players along for the ride. Everybody is in for it. It's wherein the solo tournaments, it's a lot easier to you're playing and you don't get through. It's hard for me to stay invested from time to time just because life just overtakes. I'm doing other things, so and matches for me happen usually in the middle of the night, so I don't really pay attention anymore. But this time, because we're basically playing 6 games in total, there's still the teammates that are playing, so you're rooting them on, hoping they'll do great. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more active, I suppose, is the best way to put it. Just involved a lot more. And the team in general, honestly, everybody has done great. I really hope Porytrek was able to maybe get a few more wins just for his sake, because I know he had some great runs, but just able to not really get the ball rolling every single time. I mean, Alchemy also, finally getting some wins in. I know that was a bit of an issue in the previous tournament, so very happy she was able to do that. And Arif just did amazing. Initial game, very worried, but after that, she just skyrocketed, getting so many wins. I mean, I believe she went 4-2, I want to say.
That's right.
Which is the best record in our team, so clearly MVP.
Well, it was a terrific race to cap off the regular season for you. And Dave, any other questions for Boney?
I think we'll let you go, Boney. And we're hoping to see you back for ZZ6.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. It's always fun to join in these. I'm very much one of those who comes in during tournament time. So perhaps I'll be a bit dormant for the next coming months until CC6 is around the corner. Very much looking forward to it, and thank you all for hosting and broadcasting. And I mean, shout outs to Tybalt for an amazing race and putting in all the names from Trackmania players and me, which very much enjoy. Shout outs to Possum for that. I know what he did.
Well, GG's Boney, and we'll see you down the road.
No problem. Y'all have a good one.
Okay, that will do it for us here. But for Enterprise, not done today, is it, Sheep?
It certainly is not. So join us back here on the Free Enterprise channel at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have Funnel Cakes from Balam Cricket Club versus Peasants OMFG from Team Wombat Milk. That is a matchup with playoff implications, so definitely want to join us for that. And then at midnight Eastern, technically 11:59 Eastern, Martin Broadcloak versus Rybon. Team No Springs versus It's Bacchus O'Clock Somewhere. Those two certainly very entertaining runners. You'll certainly want to
be a race to watch.
Yes,
You have two of the best in the community going at it.
Certainly want to be around for that. So once again, do want to thank our restreamer Alisale, our tracker Scarcerer, And thank you, Engine Dave. This was a heck of a way to spend a Sunday.
And thank you. Well, Sheep, it's always fun with you.
It sure is. Well, for now, we're going to head over to Tall Grant, show him some love. He's doing sumomo practice. He's got a sumomo race tonight, so we'll go over there. We'll cheer him on.
I might be doing some practice. Maybe I don't think Tall Grant's going there. Never mind.
But we'll come join him and we'll cheer him on. And until next time, for all of us, so long.